No!
Death Battle. It's such an amazing show. And you know, I have so many matchup ideas I really would like to pitch. I mean, it'd be cool if I had the money, but don't have it. So I'm gonna make a top 10 list. So hi, my...
What? You already did! No! Get down! Scrap! Fine. Okay. Hello, viewers. Welcome to Retro Miniman's top 20, 10, 5, top 1 Death Battle suggestion ranker videos. Okay, so here's the first one. Alex the Lion versus Simba. The lion, I guess. I don't know. So think about it. So they're both lions, which you know the lions. You know, cats, kitty cats, maybe dogs. Probably not dogs. I don't know. But imagine, Alex didn't have that much fighting experience, but then he learned from Madagascar too, and then in Madagascar 3, he gets a bit more serious, you know, because he's in a circus, so he's a joker now. Now with Simba, now take into account that one bootleg game. He used whenever he gets a power-up, he goes from little Simba to big Simba. So you know that's very important, and you know they both roar. So which one has the loudest roar? I was also thinking about that line from The Wild, but you know, we don't talk about that one. I'm not having a very good day. But yeah, I'll be very interested to see how it goes out. You know, claws, teeth, roars, Disney copyright and DreamWorks. You know, it'll be fine. Okay, next one. The End versus Maggie Simpson. Now think about this. Hydrogen Bomb versus Coffin Baby. I just know it exists. I don't know why people say it. So with Maggie with the End, this entity is like, you know, planet-eating entity, kind of like your one from Fantastic Tree, and it's like a giant moon, and so you know you don't disrespect the moon. You don't moon the moon, okay? You don't walk on the moon. You don't moonwalk the moon. No. This is a purple moon. Sometimes red, but mostly purple. It may speak to you, but it doesn't really speak to me, so I don't know. Now, with Maggie Simpson, she wields a gun. Dr. Drake Ramoy versus Doctor Who, or the Doctor for short. Now, the Doctor. He's a Time Lord. He travels space, but also time, but especially time and space together. You know, that part can be pretty important. You know, whenever you travel through time, do you think he's gonna stay in the same place when he travels through time? No. He's gonna move about all over the place. You know, he has to do both at the same time. He's got a screwdriver, and that's always good. He always got screwdrivers. He has more lives than Bubsy, so that's very important. It'll be an epic fight. He leaves the brakes on it in TARDIS, so that might hinder him a little bit, but it does make the classic. You know, that's very important. Now, Dr. Drake Ramoy, he is a doctor from a soap opera, Days of Our Lives. Remember, just Days of Our Lives, not The Days of Our Lives, just Days of Our Lives. It also can be shortened down to Duel. Now this doctor can heal anyone, and everybody likes him. Men, women, people who get into bed with him, people who get out of bed with him, and it doesn't matter who's on the operating table. He will try to save that person's life, even if it's his ex-wife trying to murder him. Unfortunately, it all came to an end when he died. Do you want to know how he died? He fell down an elevator shaft. But unexpectedly, he came back to life. There was a brain transplant, so his brain was replaced with some other woman. And then, so basically you see Dr. Drake Ramoy, but it's not the character, some other character. I don't know. The story ends there at that point, But yeah, think about it. Now, here's the next one. Now, this one's gonna be a very different character. Joey Tribbiani versus Johnny Cage. Now, Joey Tribbiani, he's an actor from the popular soap opera Days of Our Lives. Not the Days of Our Lives, just Days of Our Lives, also known as Duel. He plays the character Dr. Drake Ramoy, who is a doctor and he's able to save lots of lives. Now, the thing about with Dr. Drake Ramoy is that he's able to save so many people's lives, even though they tried to kill him. And you wanna know how he died? Just guess. Just guess. He got cancelled. Anyway, back to Joey Tribbiani. I'm not sure why I went off a tangent with Dr. Drake Ramoy. Sorry. Maybe I should get him on Death Battle as well at some point. Anyway, Joey Tribbiani is an Italian-American actor from Brooklyn, New York. Are they the same place? I'm trying to think about what to say next. Give me a moment. Now Joey is an actor who has a rough every now and again. He can't really pay the bills very well, but due to jumping in between acting jobs every now and again, though he did get a job into business, and to keep in the business job, he actually created his own persona character, Joseph. And with Joseph, he almost accidentally got his friend fired or some crap. So his friend also made his own character who sleeps with Joey's character's made-up wife. Anyway, getting back on topic. So Joey, he likes to eat a lot of food. He won't share any food. No, he won't share any food. He will cut off your hand if you lay a finger on his chips or French fries. I don't know. It's America. And he will always be there for you because he always knows that no one told you your life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke. Your love life's DOA. It's like your life is in second gear, where it hasn't been your day or week or months or even year. He'll be there for you because you'll be there for him too. Title Friends inside the next episode. And okay, with Johnny Cage, he is also an actor, hence the matchup. And he played lots of great roles. Like, he played Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat. He played Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2. He played Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat Annihilation before being killed off. Hey, kind of like Dr. Drake Ramoy. Oh yeah. And get this, he also plays Dr. Timothy Hand or some crap. I don't know anything about that, but I'm just pitching an episode. I don't actually know any of these characters. But anyway, he played lots of movies. He's a great actor, but not that great because apparently to become even greater, he has to go to a tournament so he can prove himself, but he ends up not proving himself. Instead, he has a wife and kid. And then that gets all erased due to time travel shenanigans because, NetherRealm Studios is like that. And, and he's covered wars too. That's very important. Okay, next one. Groundskeeper Willie versus Scotland. Now, Groundskeeper Willie, he's from Scotland, so already there's a connection. And there was this episode where he entered people's dreams like Freddy or something like that, I don't know. He has a rake, he has the claw hands in that dream. He's Scottish, that's very important to remember. Did I mention he's Scottish? Yeah, he's kind of Scottish. Okay, now for Scotland, that's like an entire country. Honestly, it's not much of a fair matchup, because one's tiny, the other's big, but it'd still be interesting how the fight goes. One can fight, the other can't, so we'll see how that goes. I hear that it has beautiful hills and castles, and it also has Groundskeeper Willie. Wait a minute. So, Dennis the Menace versus Dennis the Menace. Now, with Dennis, he's a kid who has a dog, and he likes to play pranks on people. He's got lots of friends. He's in Beano Town. He's got skateboard, I think. Maybe he has a slingshot. I don't know. He's red. He'll be great in Angry Birds. Alright, now for Dennis the Menace. He kind of doesn't really know he's being a menace. He's more like an innocent kind of menace. But there was that one time he did wield a gun, so maybe I should have put him with Maggie Simpson. That'll be a more interesting matchup. Alright, Sprite versus 7-Up. Now with 7-Up, you got water, you got the bubbles, you also got lemon, but you also got lime. Okay, now with Sprite, you got water, you got the bubbles, you got lime, but, and get this, you also get lemon. Now, I want to see how this fight will go. This will be interesting. And hands down. Alright, Sega Genesis versus Sega Mega Drive. Now, with this Mega Drive, it's got mega 16-bit power, so that'll be tough to beat. But the Genesis is the original, despite also not being original, because there's also the SG-1000, so that's gonna be pretty tough. That's gonna be a weird one, but whatever. So with Genesis, you got a certain redesign. On the Mega Drive, you got other redesigns. One's 50 hertz, the other 60 hertz. Honestly, it's gonna be a really toast. It's gonna be a really close call here. So I want to see how that goes. Okay, Goku versus Superman Quest for Peanuts Travel Tales. Okay, now with Goku, he's like a supersonic. Okay, he gets the Chaos Emeralds and then he goes, "Oh, Super Goku!" And if he gets this Chaos Emeralds with the Dragon Balls, then he goes Super Duper Saiyan. And then wait, do you hear that? It's the Invincibility team. I was Superman. And wait, what's more to say? He's Superman. Next one. Okay. Here it is. Number 1. Shimoda Brian versus Cadacris. Now, Shimoda Brian is a shapeshifter. You gotta remember that. He's like the voodoo man, but except for some reason he also likes ponies. I don't know, why the long face? And with Cadacris, he's British. I mean, what's not to love? One has a 10 for breeds, the other one has a 10 for noobs. So this would be a very close call, but I think it'll be a battle so great, the Earth will rotate in the opposite direction. Thank you for watching this Death by Ranking list. Good night, Moon.
Wait, hold on. But my name is now Velvet Shimoda Brian.
Damn it, let's redo it again.
Should we end it like that? Just end the video like that? Like,
I don't know. I'm gonna stop the recording and I'm gonna save it.
Yeah.